Hey, what's up, plant people? If you're anything like me, you've probably got a pothos or two, maybe a monstera hanging out in the corner. But today, we're talking rare. I'm talking plants you don't see in just anyone's living room. Whether you're trying to flex a little with your collection or just want something totally different from the usual suspects, I've got 15 rare houseplants that'll have your friends asking, "Wait, what is that?" Some of these are low-key, rare. Some are straight-up collector's level. But all of them? Absolute stunners. Let's get into it. Your plant shelf is about to level up. All right, kicking things off at number 1, we've got the geranium. Yeah, I know. You might be thinking, wait, aren't those the ones my grandma had on her porch? But hear me out. The rare varieties? Totally different vibe. You've got scented geraniums with crazy leaf patterns and fragrances like lemon, rose, even chocolate. I'm not kidding. These aren't your average garden center finds. Some of the variegated types or vintage hybrids can be pretty tough to get your hands on, and they add this nostalgic, almost cottagecore charm to your indoor setup. Plus, they're super underrated when it comes to indoor blooming. They actually pop off with the right lighting. Coming in at number 2 is Dianthus. Yeah, you usually see these outdoors, but hear me out. Some of the heirloom or miniature varieties, they actually do great indoors with enough sun. What makes them rare as houseplants is that most folks just don't think to bring them inside. They've got this old-school charm with frilly little blooms that smell like cloves or cinnamon, which is wild. Honestly, pop one in a sunny windowsill, and it'll surprise you. Plus, they give off total vintage garden vibes right in your living room. Number 3 is Weigela. That's usually a shrub you see outside. But trust me, the dwarf varieties can totally work as a rare indoor plant if you give them some love. They've got these deep green or even variegated leaves and pop off with bell-shaped flowers that hummingbirds go nuts for. Indoors, you won't get a full bloom explosion like outside, but when they do flower, it's a total showstopper. Most people don't even know you can grow this one inside, which makes it a cool conversation piece. At number 4, we've got Sedum. Yeah, it's another plant folks usually think of as outdoor ground cover, but some of the compact or trailing varieties, super cool indoors. You've got this thick, juicy foliage that comes in all kinds of colors, greens, blues, even purple sand. They're pretty much impossible to kill, which is always a win. I've got one sitting on a bookshelf that barely gets any attention, and it's still thriving. Some types even flower with these tiny star-shaped blooms, which just adds to the charm. If you want a low-maintenance rare pick that still makes people go, "Whoa, what's that one?" Sedum's your guy. Number 5 is Coral Belsia, usually seen in shaded garden beds, but some varieties actually do great indoors if you give them bright, indirect light. The real magic is in the leaves, seriously. The colors are insane. You've got deep purples, lime greens, even silvery tones with crazy veining. They look like something out of a fantasy game. They don't bloom as much inside, but honestly, the foliage does all the heavy lifting anyway. If you're into rare plants that bring bold color without needing flowers, Coral Bells is a solid choice. Number 6 is the Daylily, and yeah, I know, they're usually outside soaking up the sun in big flower beds, but hear me out. Some of the miniature hybrids can actually adapt to container life indoors, especially if you've got a super sunny window. What makes them rare as houseplants is just how unexpected they are. People don't think of them for inside. But when those blooms pop, even if it's just one at a time, they're total show stealers. Plus, the foliage adds this grassy, sculptural look that's kinda zen and super underrated. Number 7 is Wormwood. Yep, this one definitely leans into the rare category for indoor plants. Most people grow it outside for that silvery, almost ghost-like foliage. But if you bring it inside and give it good airflow and light, total statement plant. It's got this cool, almost mystical vibe, and the texture's like nothing else, super soft and feathery. Plus, it's got a subtle scent that's kinda herbal and earthy, which makes it feel like you've got a tiny apothecary in the corner of your room. All right, plant number 8, mint and spearmint. Now, I know what you're thinking. These are super common in gardens or kitchen windowsills, right? But here's the thing, growing them as dedicated houseplants, especially the more fragrant or heirloom varieties, is actually pretty rare. They've got that fresh scent that hits every time you brush past them, and they grow fast, which is always fun to watch. Just keep them in check or they'll try to take over the whole potbud, honestly. Having a living air freshener by your desk or kitchen? Kinda awesome. Coming in at number 9 is common thyme. Yeah, it's usually hanging out in herb gardens, but growing it indoors, that's where it gets kinda special. It's not just useful in the kitchen, it actually makes a really cool little houseplant. The tiny leaves and woody stems give it this bonsai-light look. And if you've got a sunny window, it'll stay compact and happy. Plus, every time you brush against it, that earthy, lemony scent kicks up, feels like a little Mediterranean breeze right in your living room. Number 10 is marigold yep. I'm talking about the classic garden flower, but with a twist. Some of the smaller or dwarf varieties are perfect for indoor life, and they're actually pretty rare as houseplants. These bright, cheerful flowers can brighten up any spot with their vibrant oranges and yellows, and they're surprisingly low maintenance indoors as long as they get enough sun. Plus, they've got a subtle scent that adds a little extra freshness to your space. Definitely not a typical houseplant, but when they bloom indoors, it's a pretty sweet surprise. Plant number 11 is Eucalyptus yay. This one's a little off the beaten path for indoor plants, but trust me, it's worth it. Most people think of it as an outdoor tree, but the smaller varieties can thrive in pots inside with the right conditions. The leaves? They've got that signature silvery green color and a fresh, almost minty scent that makes the room feel instantly more relaxed. Plus, it grows in this unique, bushy way that adds some structure to your space. If you're looking for something rare and aromatic that'll make your place smell like a spa, Eucalyptus is a solid pick. Next up, number 12 geranium. I know, you're probably thinking these are the classic backyard flowers, but hear me out. The rarer varieties, especially the scented ones or those with unusual colors, can make for a killer indoor plant. They've got these bold, vibrant blooms and leaves that can smell like everything from lemon to rose. They're perfect for adding a pop of color indoors, and the best part is, they're pretty low maintenance. Just give them a sunny spot and a little love, and you'll have a stunning, fragrant plant that most people won't expect to see inside. Plant number 13 is Lemongrass. It's not your typical houseplant, but it's actually a rare one to grow indoors. Not only does it have that fresh, citrusy scent that fills the room, but it's also super easy to care for. All you need is a sunny spot, and this thing just keeps growing. Plus, you can actually snip off some stalks to use in cooking or tea, so it's functional as well as beautiful. People don't usually think to grow it indoors, so it's a cool, unexpected addition to any collection. At number 14, we've basil. It's usually an herb you see in gardens, but when you bring it inside, it's actually kind of a rare gem as a houseplant. It's got that fresh, fragrant aroma that hits you every time you walk by, and honestly, there's nothing like fresh basil for cooking. The trick is keeping it in a spot with lots of light, but with the right care, you can keep it thriving indoors. Plus, it adds this nice, fresh, green touch to any room. Definitely not your typical houseplant, but one that definitely stands out. Last on the list, number 15, Pennyroyal. It's one of those plants that's a bit of a hidden gem when it comes to indoor gardening. Known for its strong, minty, almost peppery aroma, it's got a unique vibe that's hard to find in other houseplants. Most people think of it as an outdoor herb, but the compact varieties do great indoors, especially with some indirect light. It's rare as a houseplant because not many people realize it can thrive inside, and that distinct scent makes it a great addition to your collection. Plus, it's super low maintenance. All right, that's it for our list of 15 rare houseplants to add to your collection. I hope you found a few that sparked your interest. Whether you're a plant newbie or a seasoned collector, there's always room for something unique. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know which plant you're most excited to try out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time with more plant tips.